Jesus Christ.
A blessed day to all of you, dear friends, fellow worshipers, and those who are joining us through this live streaming from the Shrine of Jesus, the Divine Word. At the center of of the Word of God today is the issue of faith, pananampalataya. The famous and beautiful text of Deuteronomy, the so-called Shema, Israel, Hear Israel, expresses the faith of the Jewish people in an only true God, which has so much importance that must always be present in the mind and the consciousness of believers, and to do everything possible to remember it. That's why in the Jewish tradition, especially the more observant, that they continue to place these, for example, reminders for them to remember this truth of the one true God by putting them on strategic places to make them remember these. For example, one professor of the Old Testament, our neighbor, Father Randy Flores, when he starts his class, he usually recites this Shema Israel in Hebrew, reminding also as a prayer for the importance of our belief in the one true God. The memory of the one true God is not threatened only by the divinities or gods of people around Israel, but also the goods that are converted into idols. When everything goes well in life, we forget the one true God, the one who can truly save us. Sometimes misfortunes that we encounter that threaten our life, and at the face of material securities which could not help us anymore, we are obliged to return to God and implore Him for our salvation. Today, in the Gospel, it situates us in one of these situations. An anguished father sees how his son is being possessed by an evil spirit that impedes him to live with freedom, autonomy, and a meaningful life. After having tried all kinds of remedies without success, finally appeals to Jesus through his disciples. The disciples, we should remember, had received already, in fact, from the teacher the power to cure and to drive out, expel demons. But for reasons we do not know, in this case, they were unable to do so. And Jesus reacts with anger, which puzzles us, but finally cures the boy. It seems that the reaction of Jesus has something to do with the lack of faith of both the disciples and the one who approaches for help. And when we approach God only in such situations of necessity, we do it possibly with the lack of faith, harassed only by problems which we do not find solution. We like signs and favors in order to believe, instead of believing as an unconditional and trusting openness with which we allow Jesus to enter into our daily life, and not only when we lack something that we approach Him. Let our prayer be today, increase our faith, Lord, especially in these times of so many challenges and difficulties. And let it be our prayer and response that of Mary, let your will be done, Lord.